McBride and welcome to my Easter themed design set workshop. Easter is upon us and this design set is perfect to carry you through that season. I really hope you guys enjoy this workshop, so let's get started. Welcome to my Easter inspired salon viable design set. So I've already prepared my tip, and if we were doing this on a client we will have done our prep, our base coat, and then 2 coats of our chosen gel polish. So I have chosen to use Jungle Jive, which is a beautiful turquoise colour from Get Nailed by Lauren McBride, and I have not done any sort of top coat on here, so this is just 2 coats of the gel polish. So I'm now going to go in with Innocence, and this is a really cute design to be able to do in a salon viable amount of time. I'm going to be doing 3 nails, but you could just do the 1 nail as an accent nail for your clients. It's entirely up to you and obviously what your client wants. So I'm going to go in with a large dotting tool and I'm going to fully load that as much as I possibly can into that Innocence, and I'm just going to do a bit of an egg shape. Okay, so just going in and bringing that out. Now the reason I'm using a dotting tool to do this is because it does give us that nice rounded smooth edge. Okay, now obviously this is a nice long tip. It's not an extreme length tip, but it is slightly longer than a salon nail. So it does mean that I have a little bit more area to play with, but because this design is hand painted, it means that you can go in and do it any size that you want. So even on short square nails or even on toes, this is a really simple design to do. So I'm just floating that product out with my brush, and then I'm going to go back in with my dotting tool. And on top of that egg shape, we're going to create an oval. Okay, so you can see I'm just swirling my dotting tool around and then letting that gel polish settle. And then I'm just going in and sorting out that edge to make sure that it is nice and even. Okay, so we've got a bit of a snowman going on, but I appreciate it's not Christmas, we're doing this for Easter. So that is going to go into the lamp for full cure. While that one's in there curing, I'm going to grab my second nail. So my second nail again has had 2 coats of Jungle Jive, and then I have put my matte top coat on this. So I've used Material Girl, which has given us that beautiful soft matte finish to the nail, and we're going to just do some really simple crystal placement on here. So to do my crystal placement, I'm going to go into and use my Gem Buddy. So this is the perfect product for your pointy backs, flat backs, and also your caviar beadwork. So I'm just taking the lid off of there, and I have got a designated brush that I use for my Gem Buddy. Okay, I don't use this for anything else apart from Gem Buddy. So I'm going to pop a little bit of Gem Buddy there, and the first crystal that we are going to use is so beautiful. Honestly, I don't think the camera is going to do them justice. They are itty bitty tiny little butterflies, and these are from Crystal Parade, and they have a slight pointy back to them. Okay, so you guys can see there, it's not a full pointy back, but it has got that slight pointy back in there. So I'm just going to pop my Gem Buddy on, and I'm going to peek it. So I'm going to swirl it round until it comes up to a peak. So ever such a slight peak, you can see there. I'm going to grab my katana, pick up my beautiful little butterfly and pop it down into that Gem Buddy. Okay, so I'm just going to look down the barrel of the nail to make sure that that is nice and even, and it just needs scooching over ever so slightly and then straightening up, and I'm just using the end of my katana to be able to do that. There we go. Okay, So that is now going to go into the lamp for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. Okay, so we have now got this nail back out. I'm just going to pop my crystals to one side. I'm going to go into my white with a either detailer brush or short striper. It's entirely up to you what you use. And I'm going to create some little bunny ears. So I'm just going to load up my brush and then come in here and bring that up, right up to that cuticle line. And then again here, so it's a bit of a leaf shape. Okay, before I fill that in, I'm going to do the other side as well. So in exactly the same way, starting at the head, finishing on your taper. And then once you're happy with that positioning, which I am, I'm going to fill that negative space in with our white polish. I'm just going to taper that down just to overlap it slightly onto the head, just to make sure that we've got that really clean transition, and then just pull that up into that taper so that his ear is nice and crisp. Okay, that's going to go into the lamp. So you can see how quick this is if you were doing this on a client. Okay, so now I'm going to come either side of my butterfly and just do a really simple but beautiful cuticle cuff. So I've just popped a little bit of my gem buddy down there, and I've got these stunning AB crystals again from Crystal Parade. So if you do go and place an order over on Crystal Parade, I do have a cheeky discount code, so you can use the discount code Lauren5 and you will get a cheeky little discount at the checkout. So I'm going to go in with my katana, pick up these beautiful AB crystals. I love AB crystals. They go with anything and everything, and this butterfly is actually AB as well, so it matches beautifully. And I'm gonna pop my two larger crystals, and then I'm gonna go in with a slightly smaller crystal just to create that taper. Simple but stunning. I'm going to pop that in the lamp again for a full cure. While that's in the lamp, I am going to do my little bow on my bunny. So again, it's entirely up to you what colour you do this. I am going to go in with quite a strong pink. This is by Felicia from the Core Collection. And again, with my clean detailer brush, I'm going to come in around his neck, or her neck, because she has got a pink bow, and just create a really simple collar. I'm then going to go in and create a teardrop loop and bring that in, and then down onto the body exactly the same, creating that teardrop loop. And then I'm going to create the tendrils of the bow, or the ribbons if you like. Okay, into the lamp for a cure. And then our crystal placement has now come out. So crystal placement is never finished until you do some caviar bead work. So a lot of people tend to shy away from caviar beads, but I'm going to pop a little bit of my gem buddy down, pop my brush into my caviar beads and pick them up, and then pop them into that gem buddy and give them a really good coating of that gem buddy. I can now pop my lid back on my caviar beads so there's no risk of spilling them. And then I'm going to pull out each caviar bead and pop them into the corner. There's great debate as to whether this is actually a corner, because two rounds don't make a corner, but in my world, that is a corner. So popping it into each corner that has been created by our round crystals. So working methodically so that you don't miss any of those corners out. And then when you get to the end of this cuticle cuff, I'm going to do a cluster of 3. Now the reason I do that is because it really helps with the taper to create that flow. Okay, so you can see here how different that side looks to this side. This side looks finished, this side looks completely unfinished because it hasn't got its caviar beads on there. So again, I'm going to just go into each corner, making sure that we don't miss any sections out, and you can see how easy this caviar bead placement is when we roll them in our gem buddy, because we're not chasing them around, whether it be in a pot or whether it be on our desk or in a dish. They are all exactly where we left them, just waiting to be picked up and placed onto the nail. So I'm using caviar beads in silver because what we don't want to happen is our caviar beads to take pride of place. Our crystals are there to take pride of place, and this is just like the claw setting of a diamond ring. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that I have scooched those up and they're all exactly where I want them, and you can see I've placed all of those caviars and none of them have moved whatsoever, and that's the beauty of using this gem buddy. Okay, so I'm going to pop that into the lamp for a full cure now, which is 60 seconds. I'm going to create a second loop on this bow just to exaggerate it a little bit more. So coming out and then through that first loop. Okay, so again coming out and through the first loop. So now that bow's a little bit more special. And then I'm going to go in and create a crystal tail. So I'm going to pop some gem buddy down on my little bunny bum. And then to tie this in, I'm going to use my large AB crystal. Let's pop that on her bum, make sure it is nice and even. And then that's going to go in for a full cure. So our beautiful little cuff, wait for that focus, has now been completed. So super quick, and look at that light refraction, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to put that to one side, and then I'm going to crack on with our third nail. So I'm going to clean off my brush, go into my white, and I am going to do a horizontal line across the nail. So starting from that, what would be side wall, I'm going to do 2 lines like a band coming across the nail, and I've stopped in the center, and then I'm going to come across this way and do exactly the same, rather than trying to do it in one go. So again, coming across and meeting, and then just tidying up that join on that horizontal line. If you do go a little bit wayward, go in with a clean brush and just remove that excess product. So that's going to go into the lamp for a flash cure. Our little buddy bum is now done, and I'm just going to pop a little bit of gem buddy there in the center of her bow and use one of my smaller AB crystals just to go into the center of that bow as well. Okay, so that large crystal just there, I am going to surround with gem buddy, and then I'm going to go into my caviar beads and place them all the way around, and that just helps to secure this larger crystal and also finish it off so it's not just sat there all by itself, because with crystal placement there is that safety in numbers. So if we just eradicate the potential for this to get caught, our caviar beads are going to do that for us. So picking up my caviar beads, because we are going to go in with a top coat, so it doesn't matter if we have that excess product coming out onto the nail. So just surrounding that bunny bum with our caviars, picking up a few at a time. We don't have to do it all one by one. Butting them up against each other, and then I'm just going to pop caviar on each side of that single crystal. Then I just need one more to go in there. And then once you're happy with that placement, I'm going to pop that in the lamp for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. And then I'm going to grab my detailer brush and start to create some interest on this nail. So I'm going to come in here and just create like a lace effect. Okay, so just using the very tip of my brush and just do a curve on top of that line, starting in the center so that we know that it's nice and central, and making sure that we finish that line down into that horizontal line. So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side, so just curve that round. If you're not confident in doing your curve in one, then break it down and do it in two. Okay, so into the lamp again for a quick flash cure. And our bunny has now fully cured. Now it's entirely up to you whether you go shiny or matte on this, and I'm going to go matte. Okay, so I'm going to go in and not go over my crystals, because it will dull the facets of your crystals. So the last thing you want is to smooth out those facets. It's the facets that refract the light that give your crystal the shine. So if you go over this, even if it was with a shiny top coat, you're going to smooth out those facets and your crystals will die. They will no longer shine. And that is the last thing you want, especially after using such beautiful crystals from Crystal Parade. That's the last thing you want to do. So I'm just coming in and around my crystals, making sure that I've got a really nice, smooth, even surface with that top coat, and obviously capping that free edge. So that's going into the lamp for a full cure, and now we are going to create some little daisies really simply with our gel brush, just with a little bit of pressure. So I'm going to come in here and create a central daisy. So I'm going to go into my white, put the point in the center, and then push down and create that daisy shape. So coming in, push down, making sure that our brush is fully loaded so that we don't have to go in and keep going over that daisy. So I have done this as a spring salon viable design set. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you head on over and watch it now. Okay, so we've created that little daisy, and now I'm just going to do a little heart either side of that. So I'm going to go in with my dotting tool again into that white and just do 2 dots next to one another. So again, either side of that daisy, and then I'm going to use my brush and just pull this down to create that edge of my heart on either side. Super simple little heart that we've created there. And I'm going to come in here and do exactly the same, pulling that down, making sure we've got that really nice taper, and then filling in that negative space. And also while I'm here, I'm going to go in with my pointy dotting tool into that pink, and I'm going to tie in our bunny nail that we've done. I'm just going to put a dot of pink on the inside of that lace. And then that's going to go in for a flash cure. So this is our little bunny all done now. So we have got our bunny and our beautiful butterfly crystal cuff. And then this is going to come out. And we're going to go in with our dotting tool and create a triangular set of dots just outside of that lace. So like so. And I think I'm going to pop one, I'm going to do it as a diamond. So it elongates it up the nail a little bit more. Okay, and then exactly the same on that bottom section. So just do that diamond of dots, loading up that dotting tool each time and not forgetting the ones that would be coming off of the nail. So now on the inside of this beautiful little daisy, I'm going to pop a little bit of Gem Buddy, and we're going to go in with a crystal because that is going to tie in this design with the rest of the set. So just going in with that AB crystal, okay, and then into the lamp for a full cure, which is 60 seconds. So again, to tie this in with the rest of the nails, I'm going to just clean this up, and I'm going to use a matte top coat. But by all means, if you want to go shiny, then go shiny. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to be using Material Girl, which again is from Get Nailed by Lauren McBride. I'm also going to pop my lid on my Gem Buddy, which is double lidded as well, so there's no chance of this getting accidentally cured by any light, because I have done that before with previous products, but not with Gem Buddy. So I'll just show you these nails again. We have got our beautiful, I love this, I absolutely adore these crystals. They're so sparkly my camera can't focus. There we go. Absolutely stunning. Love it. Against that jungle jive, it looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my Material Girl and make sure that we have got a nice even coverage. Again, do not go over that crystal because it will die. And we don't want any crystals dying. Well, not on my watch anyway. So just butting that matte top coat up against that crystal and then pulling it away so we don't get any pooling. And obviously if this was on a client, we'd be steering clear of their cuticle sidewalls, and also their free edge is going to be capped. So that's going in for a full cure. And then once that comes out, we have completed our design set. So this could be quite easily used on its own, or this could be used on its own, or you could just paint on a different colour little bunny tail. You don't have to use a crystal. If your clients don't like crystals, then you can just paint it on, or you could use a little bead of carving gel and create a bunny bum that way. And obviously you don't have to use the pink, and you can change up the colours. You could use a yellow or a blue or a pink or a whatever colour you want. You could even go purple. But I would keep it quite soft for Easter. Easter's a very soft palette of colours, and I think it's really important to stick to that when the seasons are upon us. So this has now fully cured, and we have got our little Easter egg lace design, and that completes this workshop. Absolutely love it. Super cute, super salon viable and quick, and your clients are just going to absolutely adore it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure you click the subscribe button, and if you want to see any future videos, just click them below. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all soon.